Welcome, everybody, to the LIPSEY'S Aim Higher podcast. The first one, a SHOT Show. We had to clear out the morning, too. This morning was nuts in the booth. It was awesome. It's been packed. It's still packed. We've got two very special guests. One you probably know very well, Miss Lori Lipsey Aronson, our CEO and chairwoman, and another special guest, friend of the show, new friend of the show as of 7 minutes ago, Sarah Haspel. And Sarah here is, we're going to promote a new product and a new company, and we're going to talk about this. Lori came over earlier and told me about this new venture you have, and we want to promote it and learn more about it, right?
Sarah, tell us the name of your product. You're a first-time SHOT Shower.
Yes, I am.
Second-time podcaster.
Second-time podcaster, yes.
Right.
First-time SHOT Show attendee and
So
exhibitor.
tell us why you are here and the product that you have, and tell us how you got started.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both so much for having me.
Sure.
Very excited to be here. So my company is called Bestie Defense. I created a 3-in-1 personal protection device. It is pepper spray, personal alarm, and tactical impactor all in one device. Have it right here. I chose the name because it is everything that is your best friend in a self-defense situation except for a gun. Because you have something for distance, something to draw attention, and something for close range, or if pepper spray is not the best option
Right.
if you are in a scenario. And I developed this because I actually ended up having to pepper spray someone. And I just kind of realized there were a couple of holes in the market that really needed to be filled. Pepper spray, tried and true. It's a fantastic product. Formulations are wonderful, but the casing that it is actually in my opinion, needed a little bit of improvement. I was out and about, I was dressed up, I'm a fashion girly, and I just felt like everything that I had really compromised aesthetic. So when I was walking, I had it buried in the bottom of my bag, and when I needed it, thank God for situational awareness, but it did take me quite a bit of time to actually get it out, and then I had to implement, the actual pepper spray and use it. I was luckily safely able to get away, so I'm very lucky for that.
Wow.
But then immediately next day, had a napkin sketch, went to my friend in law enforcement, and I just said, hey, I have an idea for a product. Please help me. And Bestie was born.
Wow.
It's a slimline product.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it's clunky or would take up room in your purse.
Totally. So I think what's also very unique, with purses, I have a couple of very thin bags, and I can't get any other pepper spray in there. This has a slim enough profile to where you can close it, or if you have it in your pocket, it doesn't cause a bulge.
Yeah.
So it's
I know that the keychain pepper sprays, like the big cylindrical, they're kind of, or in the case with the, they're bulky. They're really bulky.
They're extremely bulky.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up interviewing well over 1,000 women and came to find out the number one complaint about pepper spray was that it was ugly. It's not that women were scared to carry it. They weren't scared of blowback. It was that it was straight up ugly, and they didn't want it on their person.
It doesn't accessorize.
No, not at all.
Right.
So that's why I created Bestie. It's something that's very fashion forward, really put the consumer first here, and made sure that form and function were both on the same line.
Is it pretty easy to use? Is it anybody could pick it up and...
So yes, there is a little bit of a learning curve, just because what we found is if you do put any pepper spray in people's hands, they can't actually use it. So we do have very robust educational materials available. We did change the deployment system. So you have a safety here that you just push up with your thumb. This helps promote proper use. Most people try to use pepper spray with their index finger, which is incorrect because you can very easily turn it. This is all one motion with your thumb. So you push up and then you push in. I can activate the alarm, but it's kind of loud. I don't know if you guys want me to.
Just do it for a second. We got it.
Okay,
Are you ready? I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's loud.
Okay.
It's loud. So it's 105 decibels.
That's good.
Wow.
And then
I like
you just put the safety back on. It turns off the alarm, and then the pepper spray and alarm are simultaneous.
Excellent.
So what about the tactical? What did you say? Tactical?
Oh, it's a tactical impact device. So it is less lethal than a knife. It's not going to slash someone open, but it's capable of shattering bone.
So this.
Wait. You
Yes.
need to tell us about that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
I didn't know. I thought this was just to make it look cool,
No,
but
that's
no. It's actually quite quite sharp on the edge.
Yes,
yeah.
it's very sharp. So I was very lucky. I actually was lucky enough to get an aerospace engineer to actually bring this to life for me.
Wow.
So everything is meticulously engineered. It's extremely lightweight. It's cute, but it's kind of a play on a kabuton, which is another weapon that you see on the streets. It typically looks a little bit more like a pen.
Right.
And so I really wanted to add that as well. It's, again, less lethal than a blade, but it will still really do damage. So we can crack a coconut with this.
How does one use that? At what point? So you simultaneously press the button for the alarm and to activate the pepper spray.
Yes.
And at what point do you activate or do you use this
Okay,
device?
so there are a couple of different scenarios. So first off, sometimes pepper spray is not a viable option. If you are in an elevator, if you're attacked in an elevator, this would be your first line of defense. So you have this, you can hit, you can change your grip. There are a million different things that you can, in fact, do with this. This is my favorite way to hold it. Just kind of go, crash in, figure eight, do all the fun things.
I wouldn't want to catch that like in the forehead.
No, oh gosh,
that was
the
my
worst.
next question
Yeah.
is where are the best points of impact?
Okay, so kind of a loaded question. It depends. So anyone who's really been in a self-defense situation knows it kind of depends on how much you want to actually escalate it. So if you're really just trying to get someone off of you, like I would probably aim for the sternum. This is really uncomfortable. You can also, use your elbow right here. It's really uncomfortable to move someone back. So, and that's probably a target you're going to hit. If you have really good aim, if you're a little bit more experienced, or if you really are in close range, I would go for the orbital socket and aim for an eye. So you make that your target, and anywhere that you hit around there, if you get the bridge of the nose, socket, eyeball would be great, forehead.
Yeah, that would hurt.
It's really uncomfortable.
That would hurt.
But it's actually very difficult to get an eye in a self-defense situation, but this will take one out.
Yeah. Small target, I guess, but
Totally.
still, even if you miss and hit anyone in the head anywhere, it's unpleasant.
It is absolutely excruciating. It's hilarious. I have all these people who are like, oh, I want to pressure test your product, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I can't hit you with it. And they're like, oh, no, it'll be fine. And then I show it to them, they're like, oh, no way. I was like, yeah that's not happening. I'm like, you really have to sign some major waivers there. And then to answer the second part of your question, after you deploy pepper spray, it's really great. Sometimes pepper spray will 100% stop someone, and it will completely debilitate them. However, it doesn't always do that. So it might just slow someone down, or it might not work at all. So that's when you have second option. You just want to make sure that you are not exactly where you were standing, and then you go to town on them if you need a little bit more. So that's option 2.
Go to town.
Go to town on them. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm hardcore with defense. What can I say?
Well, you
think
used
it's
to
great.
do that. You started in, I'm going to say karate because that's the only
Yeah.
word
She
I
said you
know.
were a ninja or something.
You did something pretty fancy.
Yeah, so I started martial arts back in 1994, and I started with karate, and then I've explored so many different styles.
Yeah.
I'm on a jiu-jitsu and boxing
What I
kick
say,
right now.
jiu-jitsu is
So, yeah.
I don't know, Rob.
it's like the happening. It's like the cool. I don't want to say trendy because it's like a legit martial art, but a lot of people are doing that now. A lot.
They are.
Kids are doing it.
Totally. Well, I do think there's definitely been a major uptick. It's definitely been around, but you're starting to see, like Zuckerberg and all these people getting into jiu-jitsu. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen you in action on Instagram before. It's not real pretty.
Yeah.
I mean that in the best way.
Well,
actually.
thank you.
So how do you, with the pepper spray,
Mm-hmm.
how do you choose? It's not like going to wine country and you get to taste different, barrels, and it's like, ooh, a little more oaky or a little like so.
Sure.
Are there options for pepper spray?
Yes.
Like, oh, this one's this. Yeah, I want like ghost pepper 14 and.
Oh my gosh. Well, hilariously enough, our pepper is food grade, so you definitely should not, but theoretically you could eat it.
Yeah.
No, we don't pick the actual, or the pepper spray filler picks the varietal of pepper. It is food grade, but we do offer different formulas.
Yeah.
So I have 3. The first is what I have rebranded as the Holy Grail. It is pepper spray, tear gas, and UV marking dye.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why I call it the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It's really robust. That's what I personally carry. I'm a huge fan, but it's not legal everywhere. So then I also offer another one, which I have called the Hero.
I would call it the Trinity of Terror. It sounds like
that would also be
you
very
can use
appropriate.
that if you want to.
Well, so it's really funny. So I really wanted to give everything at Bestie an approachable name for women.
Yeah.
Just because I don't believe in fear-based marketing. Like I know I come off as very hardcore, but if you visit my website, everything is very. It's nice, it's pretty, it's supposed to be relatable specifically for women, just because I do feel like everything else is very scary. And a lot of women do not respond well to that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take a very approachable, kind of strategy and use terminology that's already used in the cosmetic space.
Right.
So, we have the Holy Grail because we all have our Holy Grail product. We have our Hero product. Then I have the Hero, which is a higher concentration of OC pepper spray, UV marking dye. Then we have the Nationally Notorious, which is the New York compliant formula, just because New York has stricter laws,
Right.
lower grade. And then we also have inert practice trainers, and we're one of the few companies where you actually have your device, you're able to put a training canister in it and practice using the device that you're actually going to carry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So can I carry one in New York City?
So, New York has an interesting rule. So, yes, you can carry it in New York City. You would need to have our Nationally Notorious formula in there. I can't ship to you in New York, but you can buy it through a firearm retailer or a licensed pharmacy over there.
So what is your website, and how do people get a hold of your product?
Yeah, absolutely. The website is www. Did I add an extra W in there? I think I might have added an extra W.
No, it was 3. It was 3.
Okay, great.
Yeah. We'll go to the tape afterwards.
Okay, amazing.
It was 3.
Okay, www.bestie-defense.com, and it's Bestie IE, not Y.
Okay.
IE.
Yes.
And all the socials are at
Bestie Defense.
Bestie Defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy these for all the ladies of LIPSEY'S, because I think that is a great tool to have, and you're gonna have to send us some sort of I guess unless it's on your website, some sort of a demo video or something, because we want to see you in action using it. Although, like you said, Rob, we're not gonna be able to taste test this anywhere in the office.
We can with Chad Bell. I wish Chad Bell was here. He's our human shield.
Goodness.
Oh, that's bad.
I can tell you. I think it's really cool. Pepper spray. I got sprayed once, not for the reason you think. It was in college, and I went to the bathroom, and I was standing there, and someone just started spraying it under the door jamb.
Oh no!
And I'm standing there, and I'm like, oh man, it's hot in here, and I'm like, oh, my mouth and my eyes, and I'm like crying and sobbing. I'm like, what is going on? I go out, everyone's hollering, and I'm like,
oh God,
you guys suck. It's no joke.
No,
so that's the only time I've been pepper sprayed.
Oh gosh, it's no joke. I felt very strongly about making sure that I can really speak to my formula. So unfortunately, I have been hit with the formulas. I sprayed myself, and it is nasty.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, I really never want to have to go through that again.
Oh yeah,
and
I believe it.
Oh man, throwing in tear gas, that's a whole other element. I'm just like, oh man. Like I fainted. It was that bad.
Wow.
Like I passed out. I was just like, I can't tolerate this.
Good.
Yikes.
Good.
Yeah, that's the response. That's what you want.
Exactly what you want.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
amazing.
that sounds fun. That's a fun product we have here that makes you cry and pass out.
Yeah, right.
No, but it does what it's intended to do, and I think it's good. And it's the packaging is fantastic. I mean, the unit itself is fantastic. So
Thank you.
Yeah. At Bestie Defense.
At Bestie Defense.
Bestie-defense.com.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the one.
You heard it here
Thank you,
first.
Sarah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so
so
happy to have
much.
you with us today. That's wonderful. That's a great new product, and I'm looking forward to not using it, but sharing it with a bunch of ladies, some friends, and the ladies at LIPSEY'S are going to love it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for having me, and I'm so glad you guys like it.
Oh,
That's,
Good job.
absolutely amazing.
I'll get one. I'll get one for the wife for sure, and my daughter. My daughter has like the big awkward round one, so I think she'd like that a lot better.
Yes, the response that we have been getting has been quite tremendous.
That's good.
So
Okay.
Very good.
Cool. Thanks for coming by.
thank you
Thank
so
you,
much for
Sarah.
having me. Thank you so much.
All right, folks. More to come from SHOT Show, and until next time, aim higher.